All right, what's up, everyone? Here we are for the yearly review. This year, 2022, was the year that I had my first ever profit in the market. Here I'm finishing up $15,845, the most profit I've ever had in my career. And we can take a look at my insights, but I had an account before this in 2020, before I started this account, and I blew it up. It was about $2,500. I also had another account of like $500 that I blew up. Maybe that was about 3,000, and then I had another account, maybe about 1,500 that I blew up in 2016. So when I started this account, I was underwater about $4,000. $4,000. So 2020, I did make a little profit on this account, $150, but still in the red overall. 2021 made a little bit of profit. This was the really hot market, and the traders that killed it were the traders that started before 2020. Well before 2020. They had their experience they had their skills developed, and the opportunity was so copious. There's just copious amounts of opportunity every single day in 2021. And those traders absolutely slayed. And me, on the other hand, I finished up green, which is good. Profit is profit. But still developing my skill, still trading small share size. And still having finished with a profit, I was still in the red. I'm still in the red after 2021, about $2,000, maybe a little bit more. But then 2021, this was the first year of turning the corner to full profitability, full profit. And this came from having two solid, consistent months in March, and I think March and April, which then got me the confidence. The consistency provided me the confidence to size up 10x. So I went from trading 10 shares to trading 100 shares. Then I went from trading 100 shares to 250 and 500 shares. And that's when I started having couple $100 days pretty regularly. And this went on for a couple months, 6 months, 7 months. I was so confident that I even went in that first day that I made $300. The first day I made $300, I went into my job and I quit. That's how confident I was. A little bit, now thinking about it, a little bit overconfident. Maybe if I could have stuck with the job, I could have had those double sources of income. Could have had two sources of income for this stretch here. But, there's a reason why I quit. The reason why I quit, obviously because wasn't the most enjoyable job. It wasn't the most enjoyable job. So I was just finding any sort of opportunity to get myself out. And once I saw trading was starting to pick up, I immediately quit. So this went on for about 6 months. Pretty much lived off trading for 6 months. This huge stretch here. And then the market just started drying up. Well, semi the market and semi me. I had a couple stretch of losses. You can see this peak. I had this drawdown, my biggest ever drawdown. This is where I had my biggest ever profit, my biggest ever loss, my biggest ever drawdown in October. And that just kind of put a halt on everything. And I went back to just trading small size. And, while that was good for a little bit, it's starting to get a little bit too long that I'm trading this small size. I need to find my balls again. That's what I need to do. I need to find my balls again, size back up, and get back on that front side. Right now, we're having some good opportunity. In December, we had some decent opportunity. So far in January, we had some really good opportunity. And I need to find my balls. I need to find my balls so I can jump back on and, get bigger gains. Because right now, it's starting to get unacceptable that I'm not sizing up. So on the one hand, yes, but then on the other hand, I have lots of changes going on in my life. Right now, I don't think I've announced it, but I am moving. So right now I'm packing, getting everything together, setting up my residence in my new area, utilities, changing addresses, doing all this stuff to set up the move, getting the moving truck and putting stuff in the boxes. And that's a lot of stress. It's definitely stressful to move. If any of you guys have moved before, I'm sure you know. Just a lot of things you have to have in order. And so that's kind of been soaking up a lot of my time and my mental energy. So, it would be kind of bad if, I start sizing up and pushing my comfort zone and I start to get into a bad stretch. And right at the time that I'm having changes in my life, may not be the best time for me to be sizing up aggressively or really putting the pedal to the metal right now. So I have that. I'm moving, and I did actually go back out and get another job to have some supplemental income while I'm kind of getting some small gains the past couple of months. I did go out and get a job, pretty much just working outside of trading hours. That's why you haven't been seeing daily recaps again, just because I've been having to spend so much time after trading at work. So between work and moving, I just haven't been having the time every day to be making daily recaps. So I'll be doing, intermittent recaps and some intermittent videos until I get a solid schedule after I move. After I move, I'll be able to, get into my routine and fit some time in for some daily recaps. But right now, I'm definitely a little pressed on time. So I have been slacking on the daily recaps. But anyways, yeah, this stretch was cold, but overall, this was the first year that I had profit. First year profit and very solid profit, $15,000, 15.8K. That's some good money. That's some really good supplemental income. So I'm definitely, proud of how far I've come. And, just having the skill set to be able to pull money out of the market, that is a rarity. Most people don't get to do this. Most people don't get to end the year with profit. And for me, sitting here in profit in a bear market, the worst year we've seen in the past couple of years for day trading and, in the markets, this is a solid year. And this is definitely foreshadowing the future of where I will be in the next few years. Even this year, 2023, I'm definitely feeling myself getting better, trading better, having better risk management than I've ever had in 2022. So if I can hit another, all it takes is another stretch of consistency to give you that confidence to size up, and then before you know it, they're hitting new levels of profit. So let's go through some of the statistics, and then we'll go through the calendar. All right, so here are the stats here for 2022. By the way, this is Trade Journal. If you haven't heard of Trade Journal, it is a free day trading journaling platform, completely free, unlimited uploads, no gimmicks, no hassles, etc. You can sign up with the link down below. This is what I use full time now. Pretty much it's the exact same as Trade Review, a little bit different layout, but it offers this exact same stuff that Trade Review has, and it's completely free. It's completely free. Trade Review is $30 a month. So if you're a beginner trader out there, if you're an experienced trader out there trying to cut costs during the bear market, trying to cut costs, you can jump over to Trade Journal and cancel your Trade Review membership. You can save $30 a month. Just think, it's $360 a year extra in your pocket. So anyways, let's go into Trade Journal for the statistics. So net profit, $15,800. Very, very good. This is actually 10x of what I did last year. 10x of my profits, which was 1,500, about, what did we see? 1,600 in 2021. So 10x gains every year. So 2020 I had 150. 2021 I had 1,500. 2022 15,000. And 2023 I'm gonna have 150,000. Going to have 150,000 in profit in 2023. All it takes is that nice stretch of consistency. You get that nice stretch of consistency. It gives you that confidence to size up. You get a nice couple of winners. You know you can hit those big moves on big size now. Once you can see those gains coming in, you know you can do it. You know you can repeat the process, and then you stick with it. And before you know it, you're going to be comfortable trading that new big size, and that's going to be your new baseline. It's going to be your new baseline. Making, now $800 a day, $1,000 a day, $1,200 a day. All right, so profit margin 30%. Can't really complain. Most traders don't make money, so 30% is pretty decent. But to make a profit is great nonetheless. We have some fees in here. I didn't upload all of my regulation fees. My average daily P&L $64. So pretty good, because perspective-wise, my freaking nose is so annoying. Perspective-wise, $64. I could not make $64 every day in early 2022. Oh my God, my nose is so fucking annoying. Can't even make this video. This is like my second take, because my nose, it prevents me from talking. Try blowing it doesn't work. Oh my God. You know what? I'm not even going to cut it. I'm just going to keep like this. Y'all can see me. You guys can see me getting stressed out making these videos. But, okay. So $64. I couldn't make $64 every day in early 2022. I just wasn't confident enough to size up enough to make $64 in a day. I was making maybe $10 or $15, $20 a day. And I actually had some really bad months, January and February. It wasn't until March that I started to size up, because March and April had a good stretch of consistency, which gave me that confidence to size up. And then I started hitting my biggest day was like $130 in March, my biggest day ever. And then the next day I had $300, ballooned it out of the water, $300, crazy. And that really kicked it off for that huge stretch of the 6 months, just making consistently $300, $400, $500 a day. And that's really how I started to get consistent on that size. But since then, I really haven't really turned another corner. But I can feel myself getting, better risk management. I'm cutting my losers better. I'm reading the tape better. I'm much better at reading the tape and reading the level 2 than I did in the past in early 2022. So my skills are getting better. I know my skills are getting better, but the results yet are not reflecting that. But, they will. The results will reflect eventually. Eventually, when I start getting another nice stretch of consistency, get that confidence, size up, and then before you know it, that's going to be my new baseline. That's how that works. So 62% win percentage, which is actually pretty dang good. Pretty dang good win percentage. And my risk reward is slightly red. Slightly red, so the better winning percentage actually offsets my negative risk reward. This is because I'm a scalper. I'm quickly in and out, in and out, in and out. Every now and then a loss will get away from me, like this one, a 20% loss. A 20%. 20%! 20% loss. Oh my God. I remember this day. I was sized up. This was in October after I had that $700 something day. It was my breaking day, my new high in my account. And the next day I come in swinging for the fences and I get caught in a nasty flush. Oh, and then it halts down and then the gap's lower. 20%. That was such a bad day. I went from up $600 on the day to down $500. And that was an emotional day for sure. That was an emotional day for sure. But that's the thing, like with sizing up, like you can get a nice cushion on the day, and you could be like, on one hand, like you can be like, all right, nice solid day, let's wrap it up. But then on the other hand, it's like, I'm not going to get better unless I push it to the next level. I have to sacrifice these gains. I have to sacrifice these gains that I would be happy with walking away with for the next level, for bigger size. You know, if I come in, you know, I'm at it's 9:30, 9:45, has some good momentum, and I'm up, let's say $300, but like, you know, I don't want to stay there forever. And I know I could take bigger size. And so, you know, on the one hand, I could walk away, you know, lock up that $300. And on the other hand, I can risk that $300 for, you know, a new record in my P&L or bigger size. And risking that $300 now as a cushion to take that 3x size or that 2x size to push it to a $700 day or an $800 day or a $1,000 day. So you kind of have to give up your short-term gains. You have to give up your short-term gains if you want to get better as a trader, if you want to push yourself. And that mentally is so tough for me. It's like a lot of the times I'm happy with just walking away with a small profit. When, you know, on the other hand, like I could be sizing up. I could be risking that and sizing up if it's a good market to pull in 2 times or 3 times that on the day. But some days I end up giving it back, and on those days, it's definitely tough. But you know, you have to do it eventually because you don't want to stay here forever. I don't want to stay here forever. So eventually, I'm just gonna have to grab my balls, put them on the table, and just go for it. So, average position cost, pretty low, pretty small. So only $1,000 position size is about a little bit more on average throughout the year. Earlier in the year, definitely a lot less than 1,000. Later in the year, when I started to size up, definitely more. But this is definitely offset because I did trade the SPY. I did trade large caps. I tried them out. Never really worked out for me. I just liked small caps because I'm consistent with them. But in a couple periods when it was slow, I did try SPY. So that would be different position cost because SPY is expensive. And also on the other hand, then I also, me being a scalper, you know, taking quick small size trades, could be like 10 shares, 50 shares earlier in the year. That would definitely lower it as well. So negative risk reward, the winning percentage 62%. So that kind of, you know, the high winning percentage offsets my negative risk reward. And my duration of trades, really, really quick trades. And that's how I'm able to manage my risk. That's also like a give and take sort of ratio with holding trades. You know, on the one hand, you're minimizing your risk of getting caught in a flush. And on the other hand, you could be potentially limiting your losses. So it's really about what you are comfortable with, And for me, I feel like adapting to the market to be able to pull out a profit, it came for me limiting my exposure to the market. And it came from me taking my profits quick on fast-moving stocks and not holding for long periods of time. Because you never know with these small caps, they could just drop off a cliff. We've seen it so many times. Like they pop up, quick false breakout, and then you're immediately down 10%. So, but if you're in and out, quick, you can actually take profit on the false breakout. And you can actually profit off of a red candle. Which that happens to me a lot. And that's how I'm able to red and green on some of these really choppy days when people who do hold longer actually end up with red days. So scalpers, will have a higher winning percentage, but their average win, average loss will be a little bit lower. And the longer position holders, as far as 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the people who like to see the pattern develop, and they take a position and they plan to hold it for 10 or 15 minutes for the curl back up to the highs or to run and the entire front side, they will have a lower winning percentage because a lot of these times, at least this year, those patterns ended in a false breakout. They're taking profits, small profits, or they're taking losses or stopping out. And while I'm still kind of able to take a profit because I'm taking my profits quick, they end up stopping out for a loss, and so their winning percentage is lower. But when they do work out, when those patterns work out and they rip like we've seen, some of these stocks can go 50%, 60%, 100% or more, and their average winner is definitely going to be a lot higher than any scalper. So it's sort of like that teeter-totter. Which do you want more? Which are you more comfortable with? The more winners or the bigger average win? For me, I feel better, more comfortable with a higher winning percentage because I feel like I'm able to manage my downside risk a lot more if I'm comfortable getting in and out on a faster pace. And I'm able to kind of avoid those big losses or getting caught in a halt down or pending news or an offering, which I did get caught in an offering before on one of these stocks. I think it was Pally. Got caught in that offering going down, small size, but I cut it. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah, stuff like that. And all right, let's take a look here at the calendar. So early in January, look at still very, very small size. Very small size. February, small size, no big gains. Very inconsistent. March, boom. Look at that. Green, 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 green. 3 days red in all of March. That really boosted my confidence. And here I came in April. Wow, this was the turning point. And first $100 day, April. Consistent. Then on another $100. This is a new record. Then another new record. Then now I'm consistent on $100, like $100. This really boosted my confidence. It really boosted my confidence. And then May come in and I size up even more. I think I have my first $300 day. $300 day. And then I had another one. I was through the moon. I was to the moon, to the roof. This is insane. And June, another $300 day. 300, 400, 500. And this is where I was like, okay, it's starting to take off. This trading thing is starting to take off. And I did start to get ahead of myself a little bit. And that's where you can kind of see I started taking some losses in here. I started getting ahead of myself. And I even went in and quit my job. But, I was able to survive for 6 months on this. In July, I had my biggest ever month, over $3,000 in the month. Very consistent. 200, 200, 300, 400, 300. So all these gains, adding up. $500. And then October, this is where it all came to a crashing halt. I had my biggest ever day, 740, and then I just kept taking losses and losses and losses. Just kept getting caught in flushes. Flush after flush after flush. It was a mess. And I actually ended up October not very good, not in good shape. I sized back down to get my consistency back, and I just never really sized back up. November wasn't that good. December we had opportunity, but again, I never really sized back up yet. And so I'm just waiting. Right now it's about when am I going to find my balls, my cojones, and throw them on the table and start slinging this big size. I don't know when, but I think it's going to be after the move, because I just don't want that added stress. If I take a big loss and then I'm going to be thinking about it, and it's going to just make me emotional while I have to move and do all this stuff. Plus the stress of moving, could add to it. So could add to, maybe taking some bigger losses than I need to. So we're going to take it easy until after the move. I'm supposed to be moved in on next Sunday, so a week and a half, January 16th, we'll be moving in. So I'm going to be taking that day off, actually. It's also my birthday, so definitely taking that day off. I'm sure we've all seen, we've heard Ross taking his biggest ever loss on his birthday. I don't want that to happen to me, so I'm going to take it off, take it easy, January 16th. So yeah, that's it for the yearly recap. Solid day, solid year, first ever. This was the year of turning a profit, and this is the start. This is the start of my profit curve, my P&L, and it's only going up from here. And if I'm making gains every single day, then in every single month and every single year, there's no reason to give this up. I may not be raking in hundreds of thousands of dollars yet, but I will one day, and I can't give up too soon. I just got to the part where it starts to get a little bit more easier, because I have my skills now, and now it's about just getting that confidence to size up and just practicing. The learning curve, the early part of the learning curve, which is the hardest part, at least in my experience, is over. So now it's just about showing up every day, learning from my mistakes, and trying to manage my risk as best as possible, while also trying to size up, which is difficult in its own right, but I don't think it's as difficult as when you first start trading, where you don't know anything. But where I'm at right now, I know enough to make money, which is a relief, and definitely an accomplishment. So 2023 is going to be a good year. I hope you guys did really good for 2022. The market was a little bit inconsistent, but definitely had opportunity to pull out profit in 2022, but you had to manage your risk. 2023 I have a feeling it's going to be a better year. So if you guys are just starting out, take it easy, take it slow, and just got to survive the learning curve. Keep the job. Don't quit the job yet. Keep the job while you're learning. Keep learning every single day. Practice, and show up every day. Review your trades. Review your metrics. Record your screen. Look at the tape. And watch as many videos as you can. Just learn. Soak it all up. And, give it a couple years. It's going to take, 2 years to really start to know what you're doing, enough to make money. On average, that's most people's experience. So at least give it that long before you decide if it's not for you. But yeah, definitely take it slow, because you don't want to blow up so early. If you blow up so early, then you take yourself out of the game when you didn't even give yourself a chance yet. So, you know, right now you got to trade not to make money. You got to trade to learn, and teach yourself how to trade, and that's just through experience. So, you know, 1 share. That's what I did. 1 share. Then you bump it up to 5 shares, or you can even start in a simulator if you want. So that's it for the 2022 recap. I'll see you guys next year, 2023. We'll see what 2023 has. So hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.